how much does it really cost to live in New Bedford, Massachusetts? Is it still affordable compared to before? That's what we're going to find out in today's video. Let's get straight to it. So I'm going to go based on my expenses. I'm going to break down the numbers here for you. And we are a family of 4, so it's me, and I have 2 beautiful kids and my fiance. I have a son and a daughter. My son is 8 and my daughter is 3. So I'm going to, kind of give you an idea. Let's say maybe if you're like me, if you're a family of 4, or if you just, if you're alone, then you cannot adjust these numbers. Some of the expenses I'm not going to include in this video, things like, car loans or student loans, credit card loans, that can, that can be a separate thing. But I'm going to include some of the major expenses that you will have no matter what. Things such as utilities, your rent, your, groceries, things like that. So let's start off with the rent. So as the time of this video, we are in September 2024. Let's say you're going to rent. You're not going to buy a house right now. Maybe you're not ready for whatever reason. You're just going to rent first. So if you're going to rent, let's say, a 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, you can expect to pay anywhere between $1,400 all the way up to, $1,800, $1,900. That's going to depend on the size and the location. And when it comes to rent, so, as you know, here in Bedford, we have a lot of multifamily homes. So, you'll be, some people rent, let's say, unit 1, or some people rent one of those luxury buildings that they have here. So if you're going to rent, let's say maybe like first floor, unit 1, 2 bedrooms, or maybe 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, you can expect to pay anywhere between $1,400 all the way up to $2,000 or even $2,100. Like I said, that's going to depend on the size and the location. Now, if you want something more like fancy, if you want a like luxury building where you get the parking lot, I see some buildings that you get the gym, you get the laundry, all these fancy things. Those can cost you more money. But if you're gonna rent like 3 bedrooms, that can range you anywhere between $2,400 or even up to $3,000 a month, which is New Bedford is becoming very unaffordable. A lot of the things now are have changed compared to before. It's more expensive now. And if you're gonna rent a single family home here, it's gonna cost you a little bit more money than renting a multifamily. Let's say maybe you don't want to be together with the tenants, because if you're gonna rent a multifamily home, let's say on the first floor, you're gonna be together with the tenants on the second floor or third floor. Some people don't mind, and some people prefer just like a single family home. So that can cost you anywhere between a 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, that can range you anywhere between $2,100, $2,200 a month. Luckily for us, I bought a home a couple years back, so we just have a mortgage. We don't rent, and but for somebody that is going to rent, you can expect to pay that price. And the other thing too, most of the time the landlords, they ask for the first and last, and they also ask for security deposit. So if you're gonna rent maybe like a $1,500 a month apartment, you're gonna need at least $6,000 before you can move in. So that's something to keep in mind too. Next is childcare. Childcare, it's very expensive here. I mean, you're probably not surprised by this. Childcare, it is expensive almost everywhere, but here too, it is kind of expensive. I mean, sometimes they have some sort of programs that you can get involved, but you need to qualify for that. Luckily for me, my daughter is 3, but she didn't have to go to childcare. Sometimes, when I work from home, she stays with me, or sometimes she stays with her mom. But but if you're gonna need childcare, and the younger they are, the more money you're gonna pay. Let's say if it's a baby, you can expect to pay anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month on childcare. Like I said, it is very expensive. I know somebody that just had a baby a couple months ago, and now she needs to go back to work. But I know somebody that is paying close to like $1,500 a month just on childcare. And if you have like more than one, it's going to be very expensive. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. And not only that too, and if you planning to move to New Bedford, and if you're gonna need childcare, I highly recommend that's like the first thing that you should do. Get on the list, because a lot of the time too, you gotta be on the waiting list. You gotta wait. I remember when my son used to go to childcare. My son is 8 now, but when he used to go a couple years ago, I waited almost a year to get him into childcare. So just like I said, get on the waiting list. That's the first thing that you should do, because it does take a long time to get in. But they're building more schools here, and but like I said, just do that. But the childcare here, it's very expensive. It's probably going to be like the rent, and the childcare is probably going to be one of your main expenses here. Next here on the list is the grocery. Now, like I said, we are a family of 4, and typically we spend around $600, around $550 to $600, or sometimes $700 a month. And I like to eat seafood a lot, so most of the time I spend a lot of money buying seafood, which it's not that cheap here. So but if you don't like seafood, you might end up spending less. But if you're a family of 4, I mean, that's, like I said, it's gonna depends on what you eat, but you can expect to pay roughly anywhere between $600-700 a month. That's kind of average what we spend. And one of my favorite grocery store to go here is Market Basket. You can always find good deals there at Market Basket. And sometimes I go to Stop and Shop, but avoid going to Stop and Shop. It's more expensive there. If you can go to Market Basket, the only thing with the Market Basket, most of the time is packed. So many people go there. You're going to be walking inside the store and like bumping into some like people. It's just but if you don't mind that, I highly recommend you go to Market Basket. And a lot of the time we eat a lot of organic stuff, so that can sometimes can cost you more money. And like I said, the seafood too, that can cost you more money. And if you're just family of, I don't know, maybe if it's just two people, then you can adjust these numbers. This is just to kind of give you an idea what you can expect to pay here in New Bedford. All right, so next is the utilities. So when it comes to gas, so here we use a company called Eversource. That's going to be your provider for gas, electric, and the heat. So during the winter time, as you know, Massachusetts, it gets really cold here during the winter time. And here in New Bedford, we do get some very cold nights, and we get some cold mornings. So during the winter time, we run the heat sometimes on 65, 70 degrees, and we do spend around $250 a month on the heat, which is like I said. But sometimes the weather changes. It's New England, the weather's always changing. Sometimes we go from a cold day to to a warm day during the winter time, and we can put the heat down a little bit. But that's probably what you're gonna average. I mean, if you're gonna be like in a bigger house, and we live in a 3 bedrooms home and 1 bathroom home. So but that's what we pay, usually around $280 a month. And for your gas, not your gas, our gas, we usually spend around $118 a month. That's what we average. And for the electric, and because we own a house here, so we have 2 separate electric bills, which is one is for the public, which is we pay roughly for the public, and I also have the laundry connected to it. So we usually pay roughly around $50 a month. And for our and for the water bill, I mean, if you're gonna buy a house, but if you're gonna rent, you don't have to pay the water bill. The landlord will pay that. But if you're gonna buy a house, and usually for the water bill, we get right around $135, $150 a month. And during summertime, sometimes I wash my car, I wash my fiance's car, and we tend to use the water more, so we get the bill right around $200 and $250 a month for the water bill. Next is the car insurance. So this will this will vary. This will depend on what you drive and for how long, like how is your driving record. But we have 2 cars and we pay right around $330 a month, and that's for full coverage. And New Bedford, I think the rates for the insurance seems to be less than compared to some other cities. I think if you live like in Boston, it's more money. As you know, Boston is like more traffic here, but here in New Bedford it seems to be a little bit less. Next is my son's soccer program. So we are a big fan of soccer. So my son really loves playing soccer. So I got him in a soccer program where I pay roughly around $230 a month. Where I bring him to he goes there, he practice, and they also do games almost every month. And if you have kids that if they like soccer, I highly recommend check out this soccer program. It's really really great, and it's it's an awesome program that you can put your kid in. And like I said, I bring him to practice almost they practice twice a week, and they do games almost every weekends. Next is our cell phone bills. So we have 2 lines, both unlimited, and we pay right around $145 a month, and that's that's for me and my fiance together. And if you're gonna, they have they have Metro. You can get Metro, which is probably a little bit less than what we pay. And for the internet, we use a company called Xfinity, and that's why I have the phone with. We pay, use Xfinity or Comcast, but we pay, I think it's right around 25 megabytes per second, which it works pretty good. It's fast enough for me. But if you wanna like something faster, obviously you're gonna pay more. But we pay right around $65 a month. And for my gym membership, I pay around $20 a month. And they have, if you want something less, I think they have the Workout World. I used to go there. I think that one is like $10 a month. Or they have Planet Fitness. I think it's $14.99. But I like my gym where I go. I go to Champions, which is super nice gym. They got plenty of machines, and I used to go like I said, I used to go to Workout World, but I stopped going there because there's so many people there. But now I go to Champions, which is it's not crowded. I get plenty of machines to work out there. And for the gas for your car right now, as of the time of this video, for regular right now it's right around $3 a gallon, and I think for premium it's right around like $3.44, something like that, which is that's not too bad there. For the health insurance, we are enrolled in a family plan, which is my fiance and my kids, they are covered. And for me, I usually pay around $140 a month for the health insurance. By the way, I am a real estate agent here in Massachusetts, and if you are thinking about moving to New Bedford, Mass, or any surrounding areas, you can feel free to reach out to me. You can text, call, email the number that you see on the screen. That's my direct phone number. And you can also book a Zoom call with me where we can meet face to face and we can discuss about your needs. I hope you get some value out of this video. This is just to kind of give you an idea what to expect if you're planning to move to New Bedford. And if you want to see vlogs of different neighborhoods that I do here in New Bedford, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You can also go to my channel and check out some more videos there. And until then, I'll see you